Welcome in. I appreciate you taking time to check out the site. We've had some great articles up here in the last couple of weeks. Bob Gillespie getting up with Dwight Perry, the head coach at Wofford, as they made their first NCAA tournament appearance under Coach Perry. Not to mention Will Wade being written up by Scott Kiefer. I've got an interesting article. I spent some time with D2 powerhouse in baseball, North Greenville, up here in the mountains this past weekend. So some great stuff. Thank you for checking it out. And of course, Rudy Jones does nothing but college baseball. He is your go-to guy. So glad to have him part of it. But the NCAA tournament, what's going on? Unless you're a Clemson fan, there hasn't been much excitement when it comes to this tournament. I didn't feel good about the matchup with McNeese when I saw it because it was one of those made-for-TV matchups. The history of Will Wade being the Clemson director of basketball operations. Some people thought he might be replacing Brad Brunell a couple of years ago. Clemson pulled the trigger and made the move. But outside of that, there's been no excitement to this tournament outside of my friend Nico Medved. Colorado State, should they be in the Sweet 16? I don't know, man. That was a walk that Maryland had before they hit the game-winning shot. But as we all knew, Nico the following day, listen, 8 years ago, he left Furman. Yesterday, he's announced as the new head basketball coach at the University of Minnesota. Nico has gone home. That's where he went to school. That's where he started his basketball career as a student manager. Listen, I don't think many people get a chance to do what Nico's doing right now in his life. And just 8 years ago, right there at Furman University. Now, for the first time since 1975, there's nothing but power conferences left in the Sweet 16. Yep, that was the year that they came up with the name. They made Sweet 16 official. They have averaged 6 to 7 different conferences over the course of time that take place in the Sweet 16. Due to NIL, due to money, guess what? You got nothing but power programs. You have one ACC team left in Duke. You got Big 12 with BYU. You have a plethora of SEC and Big Ten teams, so is what it is. We'll see from this point moving forward, but it just seems to lack some drama with the heavyweights all winning here in the first 2 weeks. Also, you may not have caught this. This is my job. St. Francis, one of the schools that competes for the NCAA tournament up north, said they just can't do it anymore. They cannot keep up with the amount of money it's costing. They are dropping from Division I to Division III. Guess what? You're going to see a lot of schools make that move here as they realize they just can't compete in this day and age of college athletics that money costs so much. So outside of that, looking forward to Masters Week starting in 2 weeks. Is there a better time of the year in Augusta? Ready to get my pimento cheese sandwich and, Arnold Palmer on and get that going. Plus, the Sweet 16, the Elite 8, and the Final 4. Yes, I'll go ahead and say I've got Duke and Florida in the finals with Duke winning. We'll see how that plays out. Right now, I was 28-4 in the first round. And 11-5 in the second round, so 11 of the Sweet 16, all 4 of my Final 4, as well as the national champion. But I think a lot of people probably still have that in play. So anyway, Clemson baseball turning up the heat. Huge weekend series this past weekend with Wake Forest. Never say die Tigers. They came back in the second game. They were down huge, ended up losing 12-10. They were down in game number 3 on Sunday, 6-1. They came back and walked it off 7-6 over a really good Wake Forest program. So big things happening there in Tiger Town when it comes to baseball. But again, thank you for checking out the site. Leave us a comment. Go on Twitter. Follow me at Sturgis Sports. Of course, you can look up Bob Gillespie, Scott Kiefer, Rudy Jones, and we'll have a few more things coming to you as basketball season ends. But again, thank you for taking the time, and we'll see you soon.